A very good morning, dear children, and welcome to the IT class. I hope you all are good. Children, today we are going to cover the last subtopics of digital documentation, or you can say word processor. So let's begin our class. Alright, children. So digital documentation, we have covered most of the features, and few features are left that we're going to cover today. And children, today we are going to learn about creating header and footer. Then we are going to learn about page formatting feature, inserting images, shapes and symbols, working with tables, and mail merge. So let's understand these features one by one quickly. So first of all, children, a very important thing to understand is about header and footer. Children, you must have noticed that usually the title of the chapter is present at the top of the page and the page number appears at the bottom. In literary terms, they are called as header and footer, since they appear at the top and bottom of the page respectively. So let's understand about header and footer, how they are used in Microsoft Word, or you can say digital documentation. So header and footer, we can say they are the identifiers also that run across the top and bottom of the document respectively, and they include information like page numbers, date, title of the book, chapters, author's name, and so on. So let us understand practically. Children, where is in header and footer? So we have the option here, insert tab. I have already opened. So insert tab, you have so many options, and one option here is header. So if you go to header, it's written here, headers help you to repeat content at the top of every page. So you can write down whatever you want. You can write down the name of the school if you want to have it on every page. Supposing you are creating 10 pages of a document and you want to have the title on top, the same, on every page. So you can have maybe your school's name, you can have the chapter number, you can have anything that you want to have it on every page. So you can pick up, these are the headers. You can pick up anyone that you want and you can use it as a header. So this will appear here, and document title. So you can give a name, whatever you want. Supposing I'm going to write say Shamford Pinjore. Now this is going to appear on every page. If we are creating maybe 10 pages, we can have it on every page. Now I'm going to click here. I'm going to close header and footer. Now you will see this Shamford Pinjore here. Similarly, children, you can go again to the insert and you can use footer. Now we have footer that will appear at the bottom of the page. So you can go and click on any, pick up any, see this document, and you can just choose footer, and then you can write down maybe page number like it is given here, page number by default, page number 1. So you can use this, and then you can close again header and footer. So you can see page number appears at the bottom of page. So this way you can have header and footer for your document. Now coming next to, we have page formatting. So I think it is already clear to you what do we do in page formatting. Suppose this is the text I have, I can just use I can change the color of the document like it is given here. I can just pick up any color that I want. I can use this color, any color that I want I can use. Then of course I can change the background color. I can go here and I can just use the background color also. And beautiful thing to do is in this that we can change the shading color of your our text. We can go to the page border, and you have options here, border. You can have a border across your text. Supposing I'm picking up this border, I'm going to change the width also of this, and I can change the color of my line. Then I can go, maybe I'll pick up this, and I'm going to click on OK. So you will have a border across the text. Similarly, if you have to go same page border. Right now already I have created one page border. You can see it and it is shown here as well. If you want some other border, so you can go here. This is selected page border. You can go here and pick up any border that you want. So many borders you have. You can go, supposing this balloon one, and you can just change the width of this also, and you can click on OK. Right now this is the balloon border. Now it is changed. Similarly, children, you go here, the same page border, one more option you have, shading. But shading again, what do you have to do is you have to select the text. So select the text. So you can give shadings like you give for your drawings and all. So you can go again to your page border, you can go to the shading option, and then you have your style, you have color, whatever you want you can use it. Supposing I'm picking up any color, maybe light color, this color, and then I'm going to click on OK. So you will see shading here for your text. So this is how you can go for the page formatting. Then next what we have is we have how to insert pictures in our document. For that, again, we have insert tab here. We can go to insert and insert. You have chart, you can have smart shapes, you can have shapes. So anything that you want to insert into your document, you can insert. So I can show you how to insert it. Maybe I'll go right now to any of the pictures, and it is going to ask me, do you want to insert a picture from this device or from online? Yes, you can get pictures from internet as well if you have internet connection. So if right now I want to get a picture from this device, I'm going to click on this device, and now I'm going to find out where the pictures are. So already pictures are here on desktop. I have so many pictures, so I can pick up any picture, whichever picture I want. I'm going to maybe click on this picture and double click on this, and this we are going to insert here. Now the most important part is, once you insert a picture, children, you have to place it in your document. For that, it is very important how to, otherwise the picture will not move. See, if you're moving your picture, it will not help you to move. So what we can do is, this is selected, picture is selected, you can go to the right click and you have a wrap text option, and here you have through option. So click here through. Now you can hold it and you can move the picture wherever you want in your document. Right? I hope it is clear. Now next important part that we are going to learn about is, again, you have so many things. You have smart shapes, smart art, and you have shapes. You can insert any shape. If I click here, I just see so many shapes here. So I can pick up any shape and I can just draw it on my screen. And I can just write text also inside my shape. Now if I go to another page, maybe I'm going to choose blank document, and then I'm going to go to insert document. Let me see, where is the document? Blank. I'm going to pick up my blank document. Okay, I'm going to go here again. I'm going to go to table. Now I'm going to go to insert table. Now here it is going to ask me number of columns you want, number of rows you want. Supposing I want 5 columns and rows I want maybe 5. So I'm going to click here OK. So now you can see your table here. Now in this table, whatever you want, you can write it. That is your wish. Name, say you are going to write down class. I want to write down maybe roll number. Whatever I want, I can write it here. So this is how you can create a table. So one table I have already created here. I can show it to you. It's here. So how can you work? So this is working with tables. So you can write your content in the table, and then you can change it also the way you want. Now I hope it is clear to you that the horizontal line that you have here is called as the row. This one is called as the row, and the vertical line, if you have, this is the vertical line, and this is called as the column. Now in this table you can insert a row, you can delete a row, you can delete a cell as well. What is a cell? Cell is at the intersection of a row and a column. See, this is supposing ID, where I have written it's called as the cell, and it is at the intersection of row and a column. So then we can delete it also. Supposing these two columns are blank, I'm going to select any of the column. I have just got my cursor here. I can go to the right click and I can now, okay, I'm going to delete column. Now this will be deleted. Similarly, if you want to delete the row, you can select and you can go, supposing last one, I'm going to go here, I'm going to right click and I'm going to maybe delete. His option is here, and then you want to delete a row, click on row and this will be deleted. Go back to undo. So this is how you can create a table. You can manage your table the way you want, and table is actually used to organize the data in rows and columns, and it is like you have financial data you have to create. Maybe you have to create some school record that is to be created, generate marks report that is to be done. So many things like we do in Excel, we can create the same way here in tables, in digital documentation as well. Now children, we are going to understand about mail merge, a wonderful feature of digital documentation. It is used to combine a data source which contains addresses of all the recipients with the main document. It saves your time and energy to send letters to multiple addresses. It is used in business purposes, like you have one letter, you have created one document and you have to send it to number of people at the same time. So same content, so you don't have to write it again and again, you don't have to create that document again and again, so you can send it to multiple people at the same time. But only the thing is that you need to create a data source for that. Data source is the addresses of the people. This is consists of the mailing list. So data is organized in a tabular form, like this is a table. Here you can organize the data addresses. You can write down the names and you can write down the addresses. You can write down the city, PIN, telephone number. So all details of those people, it should be with you. Then you need to create a main document. That is maybe a letter that you have to give it to that you have to send it to the different people. Okay, so that is very important. And then merge field. Merge field is actually a data item such as name, address and city. Like we have here employee name. This is called as a merge field. This is called as a field, you can say, or merge field. So mail merge involves 3 basic steps, that is creating a main document, maybe a letter or something, then specifying a data source and merging the data source with the main document. Once you create a letter, okay, once you create a data source of maybe 10 people, 20 people, and then these two things we need to mail, these two things we need to merge. So for that, what do you have to go, where do you have to go is, you have to, this is a PowerPoint right now, so I'm going to go back to the Word document. Maybe I'm going to go here and I can show it to you here, mailing. This is a mailing tab. Where do you have to go? And here you have to create a mail merge. These are the few things that you have to learn. So you can select the recipients, that means choose the list of the people you would like to send your documents to. Few steps that you have to follow that are given in the book also. You will go through those steps and then it is your mail merge will be completed. So this is all about the mail merge. Children, I hope it is understood to you now, all the features. So your chapter is also finished. And in case you don't understand something, maybe while doing a mail merge you could not do it, and how to merge the fields and all, so we can do that in the Zoom session as well. Thank you, Shamstars. That's all for today. Hope you understood the topic very well. If you have any doubts, you can drop your queries in the Google Classroom. Take care of yourself and God bless you all.